Okay.
All right. What's your newest passion? It's kind of easy. Obviously, it's not new, but I've been really enjoying my jiu-jitsu classes lately.
Sorry, what?
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu?
I thought you quit.
No, I didn't quit. I just stopped telling you because you weren't interested. But I'm actually a purple belt. Yeah, no, it's kind of a big deal in some circles.
In which circles?
I've never heard you mention this.
Are you joking? I invite you guys to all my tournaments.
I thought that was spam.
Okay, and now we know you have tournaments that we're gonna go to.
Okay, yeah, I started doing jiu-jitsu because I was so depressed at work and I was looking for somewhere to put all the aggression I had. Esther, I hired a job counselor.
Okay, sorry. It's okay.
It's not
Babe, it's
okay.
okay. You're shouting it apart. It's okay.
Listens to me.
Oh my God.
I gotta field everybody else's problems. Noah's like, oh, Joanne wants to move in, but I don't want her to, and
Sasha.
now she's upset.
You said
He's
that?
obviously doing a bad job paraphrasing.
And you make us play this stupid game because you literally don't know anything about the man that you were going to marry,
Oh my
and it
God.
scares you.
Are you
and
fucking
here's the thing,
serious right
you're
now?
probably
Morgan.
fine because I guess you can marry the love of your life and she still hates your fucking guts. So anyway,
Sasha,
happy for you guys.
I do not hate your fucking guts.
Oh, really? Because you just described a
Oh,
man.
no, you just shut up about it.
I'm an associate producer on this project, so this stays.
All right, so this is season 2 of Nobody Wants This. I recommend checking out season 1. Really good season. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, and what I'm going to kind of focus on is Sasha and Esther, the guy who was speaking initially. It's sad when your spouse is not really paying attention to what you're into, and then he's either trying to tell you things and you're not picking up anything. You didn't even know that he was into anything. When he was telling people that, oh, my passion right now is X, Y, and Z, and you're like, I'm sending you guys email invites to come to my stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, that's a major disconnect from the wife's point of view. But if you've seen season 1, how I took it was she didn't really like her husband, but she's only there because she got pregnant. And the way she talks at him in season 1 compared to this season, it's more as like you can tell that he's in love with her, but she just kind of puts up with him. And I was always interested, like, how long can a marriage like that last? And I feel for Sasha because feel like you're the type who's listening to everyone else's problems, but when you want to get something out or you want to share something, no one is paying attention to you. And when you reach that breaking point and you're in a round setting like this with people, everyone's business is gonna get put out there. Just like one of our other clips with When I Get Married, right? Same thing, but the black version, which was more funny and, man, cutthroat at the same time. But if you're having an issue like this, or you feel there's a disconnect with your spouse, you need to say something, not hold it in. Sasha did do the right thing was for, like, he had this stuff he felt he had to get out his aggression. He did a good job of putting it towards something else and not taking it out on his wife or his child or doing anything at work. So I completely love that part for Sasha. But where the wife is not paying attention and your own brother, which is Adam Brody's character, where he's like, I didn't know you were into that. I was like, dude, you're his brother and you don't know what he's going into too? I'm like, come on now, really? But how he kind of told on Joanne's sister, the one who said, you're only doing this game because you're afraid to talk to the person you're about to get married to. And she's like, are you for real right now? Stuff like that. I always talk about effective communication on this channel. You need to have effective communication when you're talking to your spouse, talking to your brother, talking to your sister, talking to whoever you're dating. Because if you're way left and they're like, I have no idea, where was the disconnect? And how come you're not paying attention when we're having conversations? Are you like, then you wait for your turn to speak, and then you're just telling me whatever you want to tell me, but not really caring about what's going on with me, how I may be feeling, what I might be dealing with. I always felt that was an issue. but I am looking forward to how they resolve that issue. And it's ridiculous. I can usually call things from a mile away, and that relationship looked like it was in trouble from season 1.
Well, somebodies, what do we have here? This time, wife not paying attention to the husband, and just flat out said, hey, I do jujitsu. Hey, cool for you. But people didn't take him seriously. In fact, he even told them, hey, I send you invites. And I forgot who said, I just took that as spam. They don't take him seriously, all right? It's funny that this progressed more. It didn't stay between him and his wife. And just figured, okay, none of you want to pay attention to me? Let me go ahead and throw your business out there. Let's see how that goes. And then maybe you'll pay attention to me, right? That's how I took it. And then, by the way, once he's throwing that business out there, I'm not going to mess with him. He's a purple belt. You don't mess with that, right? But yeah, you have to somewhat communicate. You have to realize what your partner's doing. And then kind of give a damn about it, all right? When they tell you. Don't just act interested. Be a little interested, all right? This is what your partner's about now. Because the one thing that we talk about here on the channel, which is both of you are going to continue to grow together. And if you're going to move at the same pace, just know sometimes you may branch out into something different and you want to try something different, okay? Why did he say he took jujitsu? He wanted an outlet for his aggression. And that's a good outlet. But I'm sure the wife didn't even know why he took jujitsu. There's no communication, let alone, as Jay always says, effective communication going on there, right? So, hey, listen to a person. Not just as the partner, as the spouse, husband, or wife, as the friend. Like Jay mentioned, even the brother didn't know at all. And he said, he's mentioned it numerous times. They didn't take him seriously. That's not his problem. That's yours. You're being insensitive. You're being a dick, quite honestly. You really have to take a moment and care about the person that's around you, friend, spouse. It only takes a little effort and it goes a long way. I'm sure if they would have paid attention to him, he probably wouldn't have aired all that dirty laundry. But this is what happens, okay? I don't blame him. If you don't pay attention to me, I'm gonna make jokes about your business, but it's gonna still be thrown out there. So, take a moment, make the effort, like Michael Jackson says, make that change. And your business will stay a secret up until the next time you don't pay attention to them. All right? You're on alert.